All right. So over the last few weeks, we've been talking about self-care, and we we went over the 5 weeks with the getting started guides and things like that. So I thought maybe we could just go back to the basics. And I found this program on the My Day One. And you know, even though we all of us have been in tops for a while, it never hurts to get back to basics. So what I thought we would do is just go through the My Day One um, and this program here. And I'm going to put the My Day One guide up on screen here in just a minute. So your body is like your home. It's where you live your life. Unlike your house, you can't just move out. You can only repair, remodel, and maintain the one you have. We're all here because we are unhappy with where we were before. So let's take a few minutes to share how we came to Tops and where we are now. So what and anybody answer. What was the last straw that actually brought you to Tops? Anybody want to share?
The last
So what
straw that got was that I honestly had gotten too big. I was very unhappy, and I had needed to be accountable. And this was seemed the best way because I had done everything else, every other diet, every other program under the planet. And this was the last straw, and it really was the last straw because I made a commitment that this would be it. I wasn't doing anything else. And this was the last journey I took on as getting help, and it has been the most beneficial. I have I've made a lot of progress. I could have made more. I should have made more because the program is excellent. And I just needed help. And this group, in a nutshell, everybody's under the same umbrella. They're small groups. I like that. And I don't know why they're small. And it's enough that you get a connection with it, and the people in the program really are concerned and really helpful, and it's beneficial that that kind of gentleness and direction from all of us coming together to give support. Support is the word I was looking for, and it's been good.
Very good. Good. All right. So what were some of the concerns when you first joined a chapter? When you come into the chapter, what was your concerns? Anybody can answer.
That was very well articulated, Judy. My concern with the last chapter it was like 15 to 17 people, and believe it or not, I was quiet and nervous. And but people were very friendly and accepting, and just grew a lot. Didn't realize how much I didn't know about Tops and about the tools that were present. And I had done the Weight Watchers, and I just hate throwing money down the drain. That was another place. Being a military family at that time, we'd moved to Savannah. So we had a great Tops group in Germany too, and I did reach Tops in Germany, but when I got back to the States, there wasn't a Tops around, and the only thing around was Weight Watchers, and that was not a good experience. But Tops was a more positive experience.
Good. Okay. So, what have you learned or accomplished in TOPS? I know Valerie has been queen. So congratulations. And Thelma, and both of y'all have reached your COP status, which is great. Is there any accomplishments that you've
I'm
had?
Century Club.
That's, yeah, Century Club. I forgot about that. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's
So,
Century Club?
Thelma.
My I never thought I would have been queen or anything, and you guys know it was because everybody was gaining weight during COVID, and I was losing. So yay. But I'd always admired all those people before and after parade. That's my favorite part. And so I finally this past SRD got to be in the before and after parade. That was like a
Yay.
heart's desire. That was so, maybe that's not a big deal to some folks, but to me, it was a really big deal.
That's one of my favorite parts of SRD as well. Just to see where people come from and where they're, where they ended up.
I got to be in the before and after at IRD, and at IRD you have to have lost 75 pounds to be in a
Mhm.
before and after. So I got to do that a few times.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So what keeps us coming back each week? What keeps you going back? For me, it's the accountability and the support of the members, because I know I've always said if I didn't go back each week, I'd be the next episode of my 600-pound life.
Yeah,
Because I
I'd
just,
lose my cop status if
Yeah.
I didn't keep going.
yeah,
Yeah. Gotta-
it's easy to get back into your old habits when you don't have that support from other people.
Yeah, it's that accountability.
Well, I've been in and out of TOPS since 1974. Every time I was in, I'd lose weight. Every time I dropped out, I gained. So when I joined this time in 2013, I told my TOPS friends, you can't let me drop out this time. So I've been a cop now for 8 years.
Wow.
Almost 9. Middle of July, it'll be 9.
Wow.
That's
That
cool.
is fantastic.
All right. So if you were remodeling your home to make it a healthier and happier place to live, would you rip off the leaky roof, tear out your only bathroom, and replace the kitchen cabinetry at the same time? Probably not. So making all these changes at once would disrupt your life, creating huge stressors and inconveniences, not to mention the drain on your resources. So the wiser course would be to look at your available resources, time, energy, and money, and make the plan based on that. So you'd prioritize projects and think about the time and materials required for each. You'd shop for roofing materials, bathroom fixtures, paint, and kitchen cabinets as you kept in mind how you want your house to look, feel, and function. So renovating our bodies is no different. A house is made to last is built on solid foundation laid with careful planning using suitable materials. Think of my day one as the foundation for success. So the my day one is so we can get a fresh start. So even if we're new, longtime members, cops, or members struggling to shed those last 10 pounds, we'll spend the next month, so 4 weeks, getting to know back to the basics of health with the My Day One, as we'll work through the steps on the next page to build a solid and supportive foundation. So let's keep our resources in mind, asking ourselves each week, how much time and energy do I need to devote to accomplish the step? So what planning will I need to do, and how can I adjust the step to work for me? So this week, we're doing week 1, and that is setting goals. So what we'll do is review the goals, And then we'll go through setting the goals. So let me pull up the My Day One. Put it over here where we can see. All right, so the My Day One is available on the TOPS website. And you can go to the members area and look up My Day One online, and you'll see it as a flip book like this. All right, so what we're going to do is week one, we're going to set a goal the smart way. So let's go to page 4.
Wanda, quick question.
Yes.
Are you showing anything on the screen right now? Because I'm not
Yeah.
getting anything.
Okay, so it's, hey, can y'all see my screen? The
Yeah.
right-
Yeah.
is-
I can.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
No, I
So
cannot.
if you pull up page, if you have your My Day One available, that's what I'm showing on the screen now.
Oh, I don't
um,
have that handy.
Did you collect, when you signed in for the meeting, did you join the meeting? I guess you did, because you talking.
Yeah.
You
Now,
join-
are you on your
I'm on a
tablet or
laptop.
a
I'm on a
laptop?
laptop. I joined through
Okay.
Facebook, Tops Connect.
Right. So did you put join by video?
Yes.
Should have shown
So
up.
you can't see anything on the screen. Can you? No, you can't see all of us talking.
Normally I
Um,
do whenever you put something up, but I haven't seen anything tonight.
Yeah.
But you can keep moving. I hear you talking. I can see everybody, but I just don't have the My Day One handy. I might be able to grab one from my top stuff though.
Okay, so so you can see everybody talking.
Yes.
All right, so let's
We
see.
can see you now, but we couldn't before.
Yeah, I had my camera off before.
Oh,
Trying to think.
But you can keep moving. I might be able to. Do you have the very latest My Day One? Because I know
Yeah.
it's like a couple different versions of it.
So the last one was printed in 2018, and that's the one that we're still using. It's got the, what's it got on front? It's got the apple with the tape measure on it.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, you can keep going. I may be able to grab it while you're talking.
Okay, and I can send out the pages with the email that I send.
Okay.
So we're on page 6, and it's basically setting SMART goals.
Okay.
So since we're getting back to basics, so we're going to focus on small changes for our goals. So we want when we set our goal, and we're going to be doing that tonight. So when we set our goal, we want to be specific. We want to make it measurable, make it attainable, realistic, and timely. Goals can be set at the beginning of each week, month, quarter, or whenever you feel like you need a new goal. So let's set a goal for just 1 week. So so the examples are, so we're being specific, track what I eat for measurable at least 3 days by keeping a food journal, which is attainable and realistic for the next week, which is timely. So let's all of us, just make a small goal that we can reach for the next week. So just write one real quick, and some of us can share what we want to do in the next week. So the timely would be for 1 week or for the next week. So you want to say, I will set a goal, which is specific, for by our own. You want to make it measurable. Then you want to make it attainable and realistic for before or until, and make it timely. All right. Does anybody have one ready they want to share? Valerie?
I will go to bed by 11 o'clock, at least 4 days out of before next week. I'm hoping for 7, but I'm gonna put 4.
Okay, very good. Sleep is very important.
Mhm. I should put 9 or 10 o'clock, but 11's a good starting point.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
What time you been going to bed?
Well, last night I did actually go at a decent time, 9:45, but before I realized I was having a problem, it would be like anywhere from 11:30 to 2.
Sounds like
Wow.
me.
And what time do you get up?
As late as I can, because I really don't move fast. Not a morning person to begin with. So I'm hoping this will help me get more in tune with my husband, who is a morning person. So I mean, I get up anywhere between 6 and 10. That's not good
Wow.
too.
Yeah,
Because
not
it
getting
should
enough
be more
sleep.
stationary, more same, the same.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to share?
My goal is to pay more attention to my serving size. And at the same time, try to eat from each section of my plate instead of, I don't eat the sections of the plate like I should. I just
Okay.
eat a meal. I'll have a vegetable and a meat. No starch, no sugar, no dairy. And I need to include all of that on my plate.
Mm-hmm.
That is my goal, is to fill my plate with each division of food.
Okay. Very good.
What- Why do you want to put a sugar on there?
I was just making up something.
Oh,
I'm not looking at the plate, but I don't eat a full plate
that's-
at any of my meals.
Probably meant a carb.
Yeah. Yeah. So you gotta have that. You gotta have that carb for the energy too.
fruit's got fruit and
Mhm.
starchy vegetables are a good a high nutrient carb.
Well, I don't always eat fruit. I do eat my veggies every day. I do eat protein, but not at every meal.
Okay.
I eat fruit, but not 3 times a day. I don't eat 3 meals a day.
As long as you're eating enough.
I want to make it better because I need to lose weight, and I'm not
Yeah.
losing.
Yeah. Not eating enough will cause you not to lose weight as well as eating too much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just be careful about that.
Okay.
So mine is I will exercise more by walking 4 days, at least 2,500 steps at a time, so each morning for the next week. So this week I'm planning to walk 4 days instead of 3 like I have been.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, you can always make your goal more challenging over time and revisit it after a few days and edit it. So, let's try over the next week to keep up with the goals that we just set. Um, so, what are some of your dreams that you have, such as you want to feel better, have more energy, fit into a dress for a special occasion? What are some of the things that you want to do, and kind of be specific about that?
Well, I want more energy. I don't feel bad, but I want no energy. And I have these chores all around me that every day I say I'm gonna do, and I look at them and don't get them done. I don't-
Understand.
So I need energy.
So, all right, so a goal to make that happen is, you can start with a small space, maybe do one small chore, um, once a day, or, at least 3 small chores this week.
Okay,
Something like that.
thank you.
Okay, anybody else want to share what something that they would like to do or have, or I don't have
I,
any special occasions coming up or anything, so.
I want to stay under goal, and it started to creep back up. And we have a family reunion in July, and my sister cousin is what I call them because they're like my sisters. I think she's a little competitive to me. And
Mhm.
so I'm going to use that competition because they're exercising more, and that's good. And
Okay.
so, so I could, I haven't been exercising as much as I did a couple of years ago because my trainer had the audacity to break his foot, ankle, leg, and he's the one that would get me up and go walking and bike riding. He can't.
Mhm.
He told his physical therapist that he's back in physical therapy, and she said, "Okay, well, let's get you on a bike." He said he wanted to get back on a bike. He said after 5 minutes he was done, but that
Oh,
was
no.
that's what they had wanted him to do anyway. So he's
Yeah.
working toward that goal, and I just use that as an excuse.
Well, that's why it's important to have an exercise partner too, because you don't wanna let them down, and, you can help each other stay motivated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Margaret, did you wanna share something?
The only thing I was thinking about, 3 days a week, I'm gonna try, well, I'm gonna do it, exercise, at least 3 days a week, at least for 25 to 30 minutes. That's gonna be my goal.
Good. Good.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, so, some of the other questions that are here is, why did you choose the goal and why is it important to you? So, Judy wants to have more energy, so, she can do the things that she needs to do. I
Mhm.
just need to exercise because, um, it's helping my A1C level. So, that's important to me to get my sugar under control. So that's why and to shed some extra pounds. Um, and Valerie wants to impress her cousin sisters. What did you say?
Yeah, sister cousin.
Sisters,
She's the same age as I am. My sister cousin.
sister cousin. Okay.
Yeah.
So just, when you choose a goal or dream, or something that you really want to do, you got to think about why you chose
Mhm.
that goal and why is it so important.
Mhm.
Because if it's not really important to you, you're not going to keep that small change, or you're not going to stay with that goal. And think about the steps that you need to achieve the goal. And how would you measure your progress? Do
Mhm.
you measure, I measure my progress when I'm walking, on my Fitbit. You know, I want to get those
Mhm.
5,000 steps a day. Yep. I want to get those
That's the
5,000 steps a day, and walking the 2,500 steps first thing in the morning, it helps me have energy all day. Plus I get a head start on my day.
Rhoda. This is Margaret. That's what I use also, my Fitbit,
Mhm.
and I try to do at least, sometime I can do 5,000, but I'm really, that's my goal. But I'm satisfied if I get to 2,500, a day.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
mm,
Especially if if you're like me and you sit down at a desk, job all day long.
Mm.
I try to get up about every hour. I mean, I have
mm,
been known to sit there 3 hours working and not even think about it, and
mm,
that's not good for you either. So,
yeah.
just so your goal maybe is 5,000, maybe, if you're sitting down, just make an extra trip. When you go to the bathroom, make an extra trip down the hallway or something.
Yeah.
Just get a few more steps in, or just
Mm,
march in place if you can.
mm,
So, think about 3 things that might, get in your way of reaching your goal. So what are some things that, would get in your way? Um, Mine would be rain because I do walk outside, but, um, so what are some things that you might think of that would keep you from reaching your goal?
We keep going at night and trying to get more things in when I just should give it up. But one comment too, like if I get up earlier, about 9:30 on public television, there's a sit and be fit that you think at first it's not doing anything, but uh, the lady does all kinds of exercises you don't even think about, including balance and just your strength of your eye muscles and all kinds of stuff that check out your uh, public television if you happen to be home during that time of the day, and then it has fitness. It has different kinds of yoga too. Um, that's just an idea, but if I get up early enough, I could take advantage of that. Rather, the one I take advantage of comes on at 4:30 in the afternoon, and sometimes I'm just not able to do that one.
All right. Betty, did you have something to share?
Well, as far as my goal, one of my goals is also an exercise goal, which I am happy to say I actually got started this week. Um, I have two of my granddaughters with me, and we went to the park near my house, and so I was able to get in almost 2 miles of walking, just walking the park, and it was really wonderful. And we've had rain off and on today, but I'm really without excuse as far as not taking advantage of the short time that we didn't have rain. But anyway, my goal is also is 3 times a week, 30 minutes, intentional walking. Walking is my preferred exercise. Um, but we're expected to have all of this rain, so I may have to include some indoor exercise and walking in place and walking in the house intentionally for maybe 10-minute stretches to get it in, but I'll figure it out.
And also, if you listen to music, one song, you can get about 500 steps or more in if you
mm,
just move to a song.
Wow.
Because they last about 3 minutes or so.
mm.
Yeah, you can get about
Right.
500 steps per song.
Yeah, that helps. Moving to music definitely
Yeah,
helps, especially indoors for me.
yeah, it does for me too. Okay, very good. Um, so I mean, it sounds like even the obstacles like rain and stuff. You know, we talked about some of the strategies that we could help overcome them. By walking inside and finding exercise on TV and different things. So, um, all right. So I think if we stick to our goals, and we should all have a loss this week at our chapter meetings. And, you know, setting goals, making small changes, it's got to be kept up consistently in order for it to make a difference further down the road. I think that's just consistency. It's just important to me as the accountability and the support. So you've got to be consistent with your changes if they're working. If they're not working, then you reevaluate what you're doing and try something different. Okay. Does anybody else have anything they want to share on this before we go off?
Well,
Mhm.
I'm, y'all know, and I don't like to get up particularly early. And when I'm planning to go someplace, I usually have to get up about 2 hours before. They're having a community walk every Tuesday at 7:30 and visiting different parks around the area. And last week was the one between Savannah and Tybee. Would have been really good, but I did not make it. So I'm going to try to make it tomorrow. I made it the one before that, and that was really nice. And like, I think it was it Betty saying that how when you got up early, got up in the morning and went to the park, how good you felt, and it really felt good that time. But so I'm going to try to do that tomorrow morning and be there at 7:30.
I will add, I'm absolutely not a morning person at all, as my fellow TOPS member friend that's on the phone can attest to. So we go walking in the evening. I'm more an evening person, not morning at all. So so that's my goal. My goal is evening walks. I know morning exercise may be more beneficial, but you know,
Not
for me,
necessarily.
yeah,
Yeah.
I paid out of pocket 2 years for a hormone and thyroid specialist, and it's according to like the cortisol levels. And it turned out my exercise time is better in the afternoon than early. It turned out stress wise and everything, my exercise for my cortisol levels and everything was better in the afternoon. So it's not necessarily better for everybody in the morning.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You just have to find what's good for you.
right,
And any
right.
exercise is beneficial no matter when it is.
Yeah.
That's true. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anybody else? All right. So yeah, I'll send this page out in the email here shortly. Let me see where my other thing was. Okay. So next week, we'll share a little bit about how we did, and then we'll talk about how to cut calories and simple swaps that we can do, you know, to cut a few calories.